Hello everyone and welcome back to another reaction video. My name is Velcro and today we're going to be reacting to more Sabaton with The Last Stand. This is the official music video. I did a little bit of research about this song. This song is about the sack of Rome in 1527, kind of the last stand that the Swiss Guard did to protect the Pope there. This is an event that I don't know that much about. I know some of the details around the event, but I don't know the nitty-gritty of it. I guess I'll start the song and try to speak a little bit about the events and why this happened during the song with the comments of the band that the band does, right? I guess that without further ado, let's hear it.
In the home of Christianity, the seat of power is in danger. There's a foe of 1,000 swords. They've been abandoned by the Lord. The fall from grace will pave their path to damnation. Then the 189 in the service of heaven.
So I'll stop right here. Again, as always with Sabaton, really epic sound. I just love the fact that they make their sound be so epic in a way, because obviously they're talking about epic history moments, so it's really cool. A little bit of background on what they're talking about. Yes, the Holy See is actually in danger. The Pope is in danger because by this point, in 1527, there's a new Pope, Pope Clement. This is the Pope that is actually in danger at the moment. He actually, like, by this point, there was a war going on between the Holy Roman Empire and France. And what ends up happening is that this new Pope, who is supposed to be the equal and kind of serve the Holy Roman Emperor, because those two are supposed to be the highest clerical figures in a way to Christianity, because the emperors and the kings at this point are supposed to be chosen by God directly. So both the Pope and the king are supposed to be kind of equal in power. But what's going on is that the Holy Roman Empire is in war with France at this point, and the Pope is doing a secret because it obviously comes out, treaty with France in case the Holy Roman Empire loses the war. So what ends up happening is that the Holy Roman Emperor obviously hears of this, and he goes like, this is treason. And he picks one of his commanders and tells him, hey, you're going to go with 5,000 soldiers, you're going to go to Rome, and you're going to talk with the Pope. Talk, obviously, again, going to be rough talks, but, you know, that's the idea. So what ends up happening is that on the way, another commander rises up. He says, hey, I'm going too, and he rises 10,000 mercenaries from his own pocket. That's what I think I remember. And when they're about to go to Rome, this commander, the one that actually raised the 10,000 mercenaries, kind of falls ill, and he cannot go. So these 10,000 mercenaries, German mercenaries, by the way, they kind of go to join the other guy that had the 5,000. So now you have this guy with 15,000 soldiers, 10,000 mercenaries that he doesn't have the money to pay, because he wasn't supposed to be the one that was going to pay them. So his only choice is to immediately go to Rome. They go to Rome, they reach Rome at this point, they start sieging the city of Rome, and the Rome defenders are actually holding up. But what ends up happening is that eventually, I don't remember the details, but the commander, this guy that's commanding the forces, gets killed. So usually in this type of battles, when the commander gets killed, what happens is that that's it, that's over. The soldiers kind of disband, and that's that's the end. What ends up happening here is, since you have 10,000 mercenaries that now for sure are not going to get paid because the guy that was supposed to pay them is dead, they actually kind of makes the reverse effect on them, and they actually get even more mad and they want to take revenge for their commander, which isn't true. They just want to sack the city because they need to get paid, and the only way of getting paid is actually sacking the city. So they manage to beat the defenders and they start sacking the city. They're trying to capture the Pope by this point, and that's why in the song it mentions the 189, because that's the amount of Swiss guards that actually make the last stand to defend the Pope. We'll keep going with the song. That's awesome. So under our 42, so that's really cool. I was going to talk about this. Like he said, they gave their life in the steps to heaven, which it's actually kind of a really cool line, because they actually held their last stand was supposed to or they were supposed to hold on or they decided to hold in the stairs of the Saint Peter Basilica, which is kind of poetic because like makes this line of going to heaven and the stairs to heaven poetic, because if you know anything about Christian lore or Christianity lore, it's Saint Peter is the one that is supposed to be at the gates of heaven. He's the one that is supposed to welcome you to heaven. So the fact that they die in the stairs to the Saint Peter Basilica, it's really, really poetic. That's why that line is so cool. On the guard of 42, I think that's because 42 of the guards managed to actually escape with the Pope towards a secret passage that they actually eventually reach a castle where they actually managed to hold eventually. But after the last stand, the other guys died giving their lives to give enough time for the Pope to actually be able to escape. That's a good idea. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Oh, I love that solo. It's kind of really cool, but it has like the kind of church theme in it. That's really cool. Like what you would hear on a church piano in a way. That's really cool. A little bit more about what ends up happening here. Like it said on the lyrics of the song, they managed to reach Castle Saint Angelo, I think it's the name of the castle, and they managed to hold there. But while they do manage to hold there and the Pope is safe, what happens in the city is terrible. It's one of the most some of the details are not completely clear, but basically what it's told is that this is pretty much the end of the Italian Renaissance period because of what happens in Rome. Essentially, I think something like 70 or 80% of the people it's actually killed during this sack, because it wasn't only like they sack and they left. They actually sack and stay for like a year in the city, these mercenaries. And the stories of the things that happen, like the torture, they were torturing people to for the people to tell them where their values were. They were raping nuns, killing children, killing women. Like, it was sort of like these guys were out of control. They had, I think at the start of the song, it says that they were abandoned by the lords. They weren't necessarily abandoned. Their lord got killed, so they didn't have anyone to control them. They didn't want to have anyone that they actually had to report to. So these guys just went on a crazy massacre. It was like really, really, like some of the tellings of these things were really, really terrible. Oh, nice. Yeah. That's really cool. That's really cool. Which, by the way, thanks to these events, basically, it's why the Swiss Guard is still, to this day, the personal guard of the Pope. Really, really cool song, really awesome. I want to read more about these events because I know that this event in particular was really important to the Protestant Reformation, because the Protestant Reformation was kind of starting at this point, like 10 years prior to this, or maybe even less. Martin Luther had written the Protestant Manifest, and so this event was really, really important because it really took power from the Pope. By this point, the Pope was never as strong as the Holy Roman Emperor. It kind of shifted the balance of power, while before this they were supposed to be equal. So this is an event that's really important to the story, and I really want to read more about it because it's an event that I don't know the details of that much. Really cool songs always with Sabaton. And again, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment down below what else would you like me to react to from Sabaton or any other bands that you have in mind, and subscribe to the channel if you can. I guess that will be all for today. Bye bye.